By September 1944, the Allied armies were racing across France. German defenses were collapsing. Victory suddenly felt within reach. But then, the advance began to slow. Not because of enemy resistance, because they were running out of fuel. Tanks sat idle. Trucks stopped moving. Artillery units waited for ammunition that never arrived. The fastest army in Europe was grinding to a halt, and without supplies, the war could stall. So the Allies created one of the most ambitious logistics operations in military history. A non-stop convoy system called the Red Ball Express. After the D-Day landings, Allied forces moved faster than anyone expected. They broke out of Normandy. They pushed deep into France. And every mile forward made the problem worse. The ports needed to handle supplies were still damaged. Railroads had been destroyed by bombing. Fuel pipelines had not yet been built. That meant one thing. Everything had to move by truck. Fuel, food, ammunition, spare parts. And the demand was enormous. A single armored division could consume hundreds of thousands of gallons of fuel in just a few days. If that fuel didn't arrive, the advance would stop. To keep the armies moving, the Allies created a dedicated transportation network across France. Special routes were marked and reserved for supply convoys only. Military police controlled traffic. Other vehicles were kept off the roads. The system operated around the clock, day and night, in rain, dust, and darkness. Drivers were ordered to keep moving, no matter what. The name came from railroad terminology. A red ball shipment meant priority freight, and nothing was more important than keeping the front supplied. At its peak, the Red Ball Express operated nearly 6,000 trucks. Most were GMC Deuce and a halves, the same rugged vehicles that formed the backbone of Allied logistics. Convoys stretched for miles. Engines ran constantly. Drivers often worked long shifts with very little rest. Headlights were sometimes avoided at night to reduce visibility from the air. Roads were crowded, damaged, and dangerous. But the trucks kept moving. A large number of Red Ball drivers were African American soldiers. Because of segregation policies at the time, many had been assigned to support roles instead of combat units. But their work became critical to the success of the Allied advance. They drove long hours under constant pressure, minimal sleep, rough conditions, heavy loads. Their mission was simple: keep the trucks moving. Because every delivery meant tanks could advance, and every delay meant the front could stop. By the time the Red Ball Express ended operations, it had delivered more than 400,000 tons of supplies: fuel, ammunition, food, equipment. It didn't fight the war, but without it, the advance into Germany might never have happened.